Excel, Formatting a Worksheet, Module 2, Financial Services 2-4, Independent Challenge 2. Go ahead and open, enable the editing. And we're looking at the first financial services for a couple of service companies in different regions. So select B8 and you would like a total from the region Maine. You can click the auto sum button, or the shortcut shows Alt equals, and the formula is equal sum B3 through B7, check mark, and then drag that across to column F. Then click in G3 and you want the total of everything across for the credit card processing, and that again is auto sum or alt equals, and it should be B3 through F3, check, and then go ahead and use your fill handle so you have all your totals. The next thing we're going to do is some formatting. So select A1 and we'll go into the styles group, cell styles, and choose title. For the column heading, select row 2 through G, cell styles, choose heading 4, and then for row 8, the totals, select A8 through G8, and then cell styles and choose total, which is that single underscore double underneath. Then let's go back to A1 and we want to center the title through the whole length of the data, which is G, and choose merge and center. And then we're going to add the accounting format to all the values. And if you were to look at column A, you can see that it's partially missing some of the content, so we're going to fix that. But first, let's select the values, and we're going to select the accounting format. And it puts it in all those hashtags or pound signs, meaning whatever number that is going to be in the cell or that column does not fit. So we could manually go to each one and double click, or I know I want to do it to column A also. Hover up into the column headings A, the letters, hold and drag across. Then all you have to do is select in one place on that boundary and double click, and it makes them all as wide as they need to be. So go back into the values that you just changed to accounting format, and if you notice they're all 00 cents, so we don't really need that, so we're going to decrease decimal once, twice. Select A2 and we're going to put it in an orientation, and that is in alignment, orientation. The book wants angle counterclockwise, and I'll just show you what it looks like. If you want to experiment and try others, you can. I like this one. So I'll go back to angle counterclockwise, and if you're curious, is it really 45 degrees? So if you click the orientation button and go to format cell alignment, you'll actually see that it is at 45 degrees, and then click OK. Now if you were to use your fill handle to get the angle orientation across all of the column headings, what's going to happen is it's going to put them in the angle, but also all service. So instead of doing that, in the cell that you've already set up, click the Format Painter button, then hold in the next one, starting in B2, hold and drag, and you'll apply that formatting style to all of them. Another way you could have done it, I'll go back to before it was changed, is select all of them, then choose the angle, the orientation angle counterclockwise. Either way, it's up to you. And if you wanted to, you could actually center them in the middle if you like, whatever you're comfortable with. So the next thing we're going to do is select A9 to B9, and we're going to add fill, and that's the tipped over bucket. And the fill we're looking for is blue-gray text to 80%. And then keeping it selected, we're changing the font to blue accent 1 darker 50%, the bottom one. I did miss letter G, but that's okay. So go ahead and click. We're going to change the date format. So instead of the first year, January 31st, we want it to be 31, JAN, and 21. So if you click the Date More button, this is the current one right now, short date. We don't want long date. Go to Number Format. The category should be date, and we're just going to go down to the very next one, and there it is. And you will not get March 14th, 2012. You will get the current 31st January. Good. Now we're going to set conditional formatting, so select G3 through G8. So with G3 through G8 selected, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than, and you'll type in where it has the less than sign, which is the shift, comma, and then you will type in 25 million. And keep it with light red fill and dark text. So with your cell selected, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than. I had you type the less than symbol, and you don't need that. I think I was thinking access. Just because we chose less than, and it says it right here, just type 25 million. And then there should only be one in red, and click OK. And then we'll select conditional formatting for B8 through F8, so not the grand total. And what they would like you to do is in conditional formatting, select the stars icon from icon sets and choose stars. And if you need to, my columns are wide enough, but if you got any of those hashtags, you would double click to widen it. And then we'll check for spelling and grammar, so select viewing, review, spelling and grammar, and there should be one error, collection, so I'm going to choose change. And do you want to continue at the beginning of the sheet so it checks everywhere? Yes, and OK, you're finished. We're going to rename sheet 1. So right click, rename, and choose first, or type first quarter. And then we're going to copy this. So right click, or first press enter, right click, copy, and I want to move it to the end. Make sure you choose create a copy and click OK. It's the same name, just has a parentheses too. We're going to rename this, so right click, rename, and this one is second quarter. And then again press enter. And if you'd like to right click and add a tab color, you certainly may for both of those. So I have blue and green. So go back to first quarter. And then we'll go back to second quarter, and we'll actually delete the range B3 through F7 because you'll be putting in new amounts. And when you do delete those, you're going to get different totals because there's no figures in there, but the formulas will still be in there just waiting for the new data. So just press the delete key and it's just all set, ready to go, just waiting for the new values. So let's go back to first quarter. And we're going to create a header. So you can choose Insert, Text, Header, and in the center, type your name. And if you want, this is not in the book, but if you go to footer, in the center, you could choose sheet name, and it would put the, or actually I want file name, or sheet name, it doesn't matter. Sheet name would be first quarter. The file name will be what's at the top. So I'll go with sheet name for now. Now, click anywhere, any cell above it, and it's broken into quarters. So if you want, on the status bar, click normal, and it goes back to normal view. I prefer doing the header footer in the print layout. I just want to show you this dotted line that appears. It's saying that this will fit on one page and this will be on another page, and that's because the orientation is in landscape. So I'm going to click File, Print, just to show you. So it's in portrait, and the other half is on page 2. And I just want to show you at the top you have your name, and on the bottom is the file name. So if you choose portrait orientation and select landscape, it all fits on one sheet. So I have this all fitting in on the page in landscape, but it's all up in the left hand corner. So I'm going to click page setup, and I can see that I chose landscape. If I go into header and footer, I can see that I did a custom header and a custom footer. I'm going to go to margins and center on page, and watch your preview. Center on page horizontally and then vertically, and then OK. I'm going to go back to the document for a minute and go back to second quarter. I did change delete the values, but we just need to delete the date as well. So if you click in B9, just press delete so you can put the date when you do that. It won't be January. And then back to first quarter, and you're ready to save and submit. Thank you.